Ladies and gentlemen, the next 48 hours, our task here in Abu Dhabi, in this ascent, is to try and give the world a sense of the answer to the second question that you put, Vice President Al Gore. And I think one of the challenges that we have already addressed very successfully is what Adnan Amin just spoke to, which is really the evolution of renewable energy. The task that I'm to speak to briefly this morning is another major area, often described as a low-hanging fruit, but not really taking off as quickly yet, and that is the potential of energy efficiency. It is quite remarkable that we are at a point in time where energy is expensive, carbon emissions are a challenge, transitions in our energy systems are a priority, access to energy is a constraint. We're not actually taking advantage of this potential. One of the reasons is that there are so many different pathways towards achieving this, and in the context of Sustainable Energy for All, but also the Climate Summit, I think we have here in Abu Dhabi a unique opportunity to make some significant progress. We have over the last few months already in many different fora tried to nurture and convene a set of consortia around the issue of efficient lighting, efficient appliances, fuel economy, and a number of other areas. We hope that out of this Abu Dhabi meeting we can, together with you, signal to the world that under one goal of achieving a significant increase in energy efficiency, we can enable and empower many pathways. I'm reminded in some ways, Vice President Gore, by the phrase that you coined so many years ago, an inconvenient truth. The first one was the answer to the first question. But I think we also have to confront the second inconvenient truth, which is that for those who argue that we can simply only continue with the way we're doing things now, there are so many other examples that are now ready. And I end just by giving you two ideas of how significant those opportunities are. Simply changing light bulbs. Who would have thought that you could save the world with light bulb changing? We could save the equivalent at the moment of 250 large coal-fired power plants, reduce global electricity consumption by 5%, reduce annual CO2 emissions by 490 million tons, take the equivalent of 140 million mid-sized cars off the road, and avoid the construction of over 250 power plants, and here economists and finance ministers to save 210 billion investments a year. Now, surprisingly, the changing of light bulbs is not the only avenue. Another initiative which we are putting forward here has to do with the global potential of appliance efficiency. Again, to some this sounds very strange, fridges, microwaves, etc., but we're also talking about air conditioning, about heating systems, and here just a 10% reduction in global use today translates into 1.25 billion tons of emissions avoided. 600 large power plants would not have to be constructed, $350 billion in fuel efficiency would be saved a year, and 500 billion investments in power generation could be used for other purposes. It is in this context that we need to bring together private sector actors, governments, regulators, and citizens, because the potential is enormous, and yet the feeling that is conveyed is that we are somehow not able to realize these. We have proven in the last few years that it can be done. It is time to scale them up. In September is a unique opportunity for leaders to step forward, because once leaders lead, it is often the beginning of a mass following that will happen. And in that sense, I appeal to you to take energy efficiency here in Abu Dhabi as one of the lowest hanging fruit, with just a little bit of effort can be translated into enormous benefits. Thank you.
Mr. Steiner, thank you.